Libra, what's going on with you? Excuse the background. I'm traveling. This is my second week of traveling. Last week I was on vacation, sort of. I was in Orlando and I couldn't do videos there. It was just too chaotic. This week, yes, I can do videos in my lovely little Airbnb. We went from Orlando to Massachusetts. Next week back to New York. So please forgive the background. But no, let's get back to you. Why am I feeling major arcanas for you this last week of July? I feel like something major just hit you guys, like big time. You recently broke up with somebody, but these energies are huge. I think these are make or break energies for you, Libra, whether you're going to go back or move forward. Interesting. So I just bought this brand new deck while I was in Orlando. You will be my first to ever use this. So you got to do a little bit of a shuffle, or you're going to have two cards that stick together and it's not going to be a right reading. So give me a sec while I feel good for this. One more shuffle. Should do it. Yes. Libra, please. Show me the situation last week of July. This deck is called Knights of Templar. I bought two new decks, the Romantic Tarot and the Knights of Templar Tarot. For some reason, the Romantic Tarot didn't want to speak. So I'm like, don't speak. We go with what works. The Page of Cups and the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. All right, so you're getting some text messages or you're getting some light messaging here from somebody. You do have a passionate new beginning coming in, but it feels like you're at this like, I'm hearing at the mercy of something, or you're asking for mercy in regards to what's going on in your situation. I feel like you're overwhelmed, you're burdened, you're tired. I also feel for some reason you did break up here with somebody significant, or at least you're planning on doing it. Because it's like you're getting rid of something that's toxic. Either you on a hamster wheel or the person themselves is toxic. But here's the Page of Cups. This is light and fluffy communication with who or what, I don't know. But what I do know, you do have a passionate new beginning coming in. And yes, this is by the hand of God or the grace of God or your spirit guides or your ancestors or whoever you believe in. This is an opportunity. What you make of it's what you will. I do feel like you were recently made single, but probably not for long, Libra. Let's see what's coming in for you guys. What's coming in for Libra? Those of you that are new to me or my channel, everyone that has been listening to me as of last year realizes that I kept preparing everyone for massive changes this year. Last year you started feeling it. Last year you started questioning it. Last year you started tiptoeing outside your comfort zone. This year you're scrapping those things. You're moving along. It's the year of the horse now. You're getting on the goddamn horse and you're like, that's it, we're going to make this happen. But you got 5 of Pentacles in cross. You feel left out in the cold, and this is going to be one of your biggest challenges. But you know what? Now that Chiron left Aries, which affects all the cardinal signs, no more life lessons. You're done with those. Now you get to move forward. Now you get to feel released. Now you're going to show people your true colors. There's no more biting your tongue in order to keep the peace. And a lot has to do with Neptune and Saturn in Aries, because when Neptune was in Pisces, we always cared about the other person. We always, as a collective I'm talking about, doesn't matter your sign. We cared what the other person thought. We had a lot of empathy, but that kept us stuck. It kept us in place. It didn't let us move. It didn't let us progress, right? So now when it went into Aries, Aries rules the first house. And Aries is not going to ever shut their mouth. They're going to tell you how they feel. They're going to show you too, but this affects the collective. So now you will see everyone's true colors. And at this point in time, this is when you start erupting, Libra. Well, you're saying, well, fuck it. The scales are all messed up anyway. They're not balanced because everyone's doing whatever they want to do. So I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to show people what I want. But you're challenged here to be coming in from out of the cold. The Chariot, you will get on that bus. It's going to be called the Libra bus. I'm getting on my own bus, and I'm going to keep it going. And I'm going to do that thing that I want to do. I want to get in that relationship I want to get into. I'm going to get that career. I'm going to get that job. You're going to become ultra focused, which is nice. But you're challenged to come in from out of the cold. Be careful with this energy. Don't isolate yourself. All right. What is the surprise of the week here for Libra? The paper smells weird. All right, Six of Swords. You're moving it along, you're leaving chaos, and you're going somewhere to, it's like leaving Bethlehem. Look at this card. You're leaving the fire behind. You're like, no, I will not turn into a statue with David and Goliath. I will leave, and I will go with my people, and I will go forward. You will make that final judgment call. You will finally make that decision on something that looked like it was hanging on by a thread anyway. All right, 10 of Wands. You felt overwhelmed, overburdened, but you were doing it anyway because you were being loyal. You were being faithful, but you are also done. And this, my friends, the world, is where we end a chapter and we begin a new one. We're done. We are so done. We'll see more when we clarify these. All right, let's see what's going on in the advice position. What are we going to talk about for advice, please? For Libra. I really like this deck. Incredibly symbolic. All right, so you feel stuck and trapped, but in this deck, it makes me feel like, you know you're not. I mean, you are, but you aren't. It's like a mental jail. You know you can get yourself unstuck, but it requires difficult choices. And you kind of don't want to make them. I don't know if some of you are trying to be like, hear no evil, see no evil, but you know it exists and you know it's there because you can clearly take off the blindfold. You're hoping maybe time will erase it. Seven of Swords, you're doing something quietly in the shadows, whether you are strategizing at work and you're keeping it on the low, or you are entertaining a relationship that you do not want made public. Now, being that these are in the advice position, Eight of Swords says you're not stuck. You have to make that choice. Okay? And the Seven of Swords says whatever you do, make sure you're above board, you're ethical, and you do what's right. Some of you are dealing with the King of Swords, someone like you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If not, this is somebody who's trying to come in towards you. Can be new energy. We are going to clarify all of these, and we'll see in a minute. What is the outcome of the week for Libra, please? Ace of Swords, Ten of Swords. All right. You are going to have this, some of you it's a contract at work, but you feel stuck, so you're not sure. And this kind of contract is weird. This is also like a goodbye thing, like a severance. Others of you in a relationship, it's tied to feeling guilt and regret to something that felt like an ending and a betrayal. Trust me, you're being guarded by your spirit guides. Don't feel guilt and regret. Just go towards what's meant for you. I know there's an ending here. You are cutting the cord. You are being honest. You are being upfront. Well, you're having this relationship now that's based on truth and honesty. You're telling each other the truth. You're laying your cards on the table. The Hangman, and you feel a bit stuck trying to see it from their own point of view. But, you know, the devil's going to devil on your ass. This is insecurity. This is codependency. This is fear of speaking out. But the devil's saying it's ruling your world. You got to kick this to the curb. Start clarifying. Libra, please. Page of Cups. Why is that here, please? Thank you for being patient, guys. It's necessary sometimes when we shuffle because it's when a reader, well, at least I do, when I feel like the energy has cleared for me to move forward. So I will shuffle until it feels good. All right, the Page of Cups, please. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. The Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, these are blessings upon blessings. What are you going to do with them? You are receiving a message about a solid new start, and it's making you happy. But it's coming in as a small message, as a Page of Cups. Or whatever it is, you're like, it's for me. But you're keeping it quiet. You're not revealing this. 5 of Pentacles. That's a new job or a solid new start in a relationship, by the way. 7 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Pentacles. See, you feel left out in the cold because maybe perhaps you're carrying on in the shadows. You don't have to. Because I see you trying to manifest something here. And if it doesn't work, you're ready to leave. So the 6 of Swords is telling me you're definitely making a judgment call. You're severing ties here. That's it. This is an end of a chapter, whether you're doing this to someone or someone's doing it to you. 6 of Swords, judgment, the world. And this is the week where it happens. This is where the axe falls this week. Let's get through July. I'm telling everybody this. Let's get through July. 9 of Wands. Yeah, guarded, protected, boundaries. Knight of Cups. Somebody comes in and says something. You decide, fuck it. I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to take a risk. Not have anything lined up and put myself out there. I'll land on my feet. Or with someone. You do it. You're very much pulling the trigger here this week. 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords. Clarify, please. For Libra. Oh, there's 2. Ooh, look at Justice in reverse and Temperance. You're holding yourself back. You're tempering yourself. Some of you are trying to put off a divorce or a separation. Others of you, you feel something unfair is going on here. And thus you're tempering yourself. But moreover, when it comes to the advice, like I said, you're not really stuck. That's a mental jail you're putting yourself in. Maybe you just haven't come up with a decision or a solution yet. But it's also tied to the 7 of Swords, whatever you're doing in the shadows. You really don't have to do that. You need to be ethical here. You do need to be above board, and you do need to find the courage to do so and temper yourself from continuing on the naughty list. Let's not. All right, especially when you're dealing with somebody that you're married or committed to. You owe them at least that much. And yes, this is for you. I'm not calling you out like that. I'm just saying you're allowed to do what you're doing, but just do it the right way. Ace of Swords, the Hangman, and the 10 of Swords. This ending, this guilt, this regret, this conversation, putting your cards on the table, Libra, this Hangman situation where you're feeling stuck, all of that is happening to you with the Wheel of Fortune. This is the universe trying to push you forward. Your life was stagnating. Your life was not moving forward. I see a King of Pentacles here, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy, very much in the upright position. Why the Hangman? You're getting stuck because you're stalking someone and you're resisting from going towards them. But you are thinking about texting. Look at you. Why do they feel guilty? That's more for me than it is for you. Because you're stalking. Interesting. Let me see what we're going to talk about for love in the extended. What are we going to talk about for love in the extended for Libra, please? In the extended, we get into your person, their actions, their thoughts, and their feelings towards you. All right, and then we go through every sign, too. Libra, please. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. This is why I'm saying be above board. And this could be flipped. I feel like this is flipped. They will forgive you. You will both learn. You will both understand. All right. I say we go over to the extended and see what's going on. Everybody else, I'm going to see you guys next week. But leave your comments down below. I always take feedback as positive. Okay, let's do it.